What's up, everyone? It's Sonya Jones, your Mr. Miyagi of Money. We're at GIP Financials, and today we're talking about cash flow. Yeah, cash flow 101. So you hear this term all the time, cash flow, and today I'm going to help you kind of break that down to let you know what cash flow is and how you can track it efficiently, right? Y'all ready? Got pen and paper? I'll wait. Not a whole lot. Try to look at my watch. All right, we about to get into it. So it's true. Every business needs cash to operate. If you've watched my financial report video, we talked about the tree, right? And when we're looking at a tree, your financial report and your business is like that tree. The trunk of the tree is your balance sheet. It focuses on the essence of the tree, right? And without the tree being healthy, if your tree trunk is healthy, then you can generate good, delicious leaves and fruit, right? That's your profit and loss. Healthy trees create green leaves and, juicy fruit. And then we have the cash, which is the water, the nutrients that go into the root of the tree that feed the tree from the trunk up, right? Without cash, the business cannot sustain itself, and it definitely cannot generate profit, right? So we're going to talk about the basics of cash flow 101. So here's the first question. How in the world do we track our cash? One simple word: plan. You may know that word in another way. Starts with the B. Budget. In accounting terms, we know budgeting to also mean forecasting. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to properly plan, aka budget, aka forecast your cash flow. Y'all ready to get in? All right, let's get it. Cash flow. So first thing, we have to talk about your revenue. You got to monitor it. You got to put eyes on that thing, right? So how you going to monitor your revenue? Again, check all your payment sources, right? Mostly all of your money should be going to your business checking account. That's top priority. But again, I know that we are growing and becoming entrepreneurs. So if you got money coming from the other payment sources, Stripe, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, all of that, especially those ones that are connected to your personal account, those funds need to be immediately transferred into your business checking account, because what you don't want to have happen, if you have an opportunity where you can get a loan or get a grant and they ask you for your income and how much money you've made, and you look at your bank account statement and you're like, I know I made more money than this. You want to know why? Because you left all that money in PayPal and Cash App and you spent it all, right? So you got to make sure that you transfer that money over to your business checking account. And then those of us who invoice our clients, hear me clearly. If you invoice your client, you have to make sure that you budget that income based off of the pay terms that you set. Have you heard of this term, net 30? Let me tell you what that means if you don't know what that means. If I'm invoicing a client and I give them the payment terms on the invoice, net 30, that means that I'm giving them 30 days to pay that invoice. So if I send that invoice to them September 1st, that means they have until October the 1st to pay me. So guess what? When I get ready to do my budget, whatever that invoice amount is, I'm going to budget it for my revenue in October, not for September. I'm going by the due date, right? Because that's when it's due. They have a 30-day grace period to pay me, right? So if for all of you guys that are invoicing clients, I want you to check your invoices and make sure that you are selecting a payment term that's going to help with your cash flow. All right. And then also, too, don't go in there and just start changing invoice payment terms. You got to make sure that if you also have a contract or something like that, you got to make sure that your invoice is matching terms agreements that you outlined in your contract. Because remember, we're operating with integrity. Yes, yes. All right, so you got to monitor your revenue and monitor your expenses. Y'all, I'm going to say it one more time. We cannot commingle, right? Everything is going into the business checking account, right? If you have an expense and you have it on subscription and it's coming from your personal account, please reroute it to your business checking account. Do that as soon as possible, right? Because I promise you, once tax time comes, you're not going to remember half the stuff that you bought. So make sure that you put it all in one place with the receipts so you can make sure that you can track that stuff easily, because we're already busy. You don't remember what you bought last month, let alone last week, right? Unless it's something major. So make sure to do yourself a favor and put those documents and those transactions in a place where you'll be able to house them and store them and organize them in a quicker way or a more efficient way. All right. Last thing I want to make sure that I talk to y'all about. There's a difference between cash and profit, right? When we're talking about profit means how the business has performed. So when we're talking about the profit and loss statement, the profit and loss statement is not going to tell you how much cash you have in your business checking account. It's going to tell you for the month of August how much money you brought in, how much money you spent, and what was, the difference of this. So if you made $5,000 and you spent $3,000, that means for the month of August you made a profit of $2,000. That's all it's going to tell you. It's not going to say to you that $2,000 necessarily is in your business checking account. It depends on what you did with that $2,000. Right? So, but again, another example, if you made that $5,000 and you spent $7,000, you have a loss now, right, of $2,000. So the question now is, where did $2,000 come from? Maybe you used a credit card. Maybe you used some money from your personal checking account. Who knows? But we just know it wasn't in your business checking account. Or maybe you had some cash reserves. That probably happened, right? So you got to think about those things. Cash, however, cash is what you physically have in the account. Now, in most cases, your balance sheet is going to tell you at the end of said month, whatever your bank statement shows you for your August bank statement. That's what it should reflect. If you have accounting software, it should reflect that same ending cash balance, right? So I want to make sure that I said that because cash is not the same as profit. I get too many CEOs, we run profit and loss reports, and they see that negative. They're like, where did money come from? And we have to break that stuff down. All right, so cash and profit are not the same thing. So let's recap Cash Flow 101. How you gonna track the cash? You gotta plan for that cash, aka you gotta budget for that cash. You gotta forecast that cash. When it comes to your revenue, you got to make sure you check all your payment sources, and if you are an invoicing business, you gotta check your payment terms. If you are if you're monitoring your expenses, no commingling, right? No commingling of personal and business expenses. Check your subscriptions and any recurring expenses that you have, because you could be overpaying for the same thing, right? And then also shop around for some deals. Nothing wrong with that, especially near the end of the year. A lot of your expenses you can get at a discount because those businesses are trying to drive up their revenue, right? And again, cash and profit are not the same thing. Profit shows your performance. Cash shows what you actually have in the bank. So I hope that this video helped you. And of course, we're all about systems. Again, systems save businesses. And at GIP Financials, we are a teaching ministry. Amen. Amen. So if you need some guidance on what to do with your business to set you up for success, because we want every entrepreneur to have their taxes filed before the deadline. Click the link below and download our business finance blueprint. It's going to give you guidance on the information and documentation that you need for your entity, how to properly check your revenue and track it, and how to properly track your expenses. That's the business finance blueprint. So again, I'm Sonia Jones of GIP Financials, your Mr. Miyagi of Money. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.